After trading back with the Jags with the 5th overall pick, the Cleveland Browns selected Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan, and I'm deflating by the minute. I don't like this pick, really. It's not that I think Graham's a bad player. It's just that I don't think at pick number 5, he is going to make a big enough impact to be worth the 5th overall selection. Let me give you a little bit of background on him and then more on my reasoning. First things first, here's how we got here. And I liked this trade back, but it was somewhat contingent on what you did at 5, and I wanted Genty. It would have been fun. It would have been awesome. And I just don't think Mason Graham, who's got great athleticism, he's got awesome run-stopping abilities, he flashes in pass rush as well. It's just tough to look at that and get fired up at pick 5, right? I mean, you rarely see interior defensive linemen go early, and when they do, it's because they can get to the quarterback, like Aaron Donald, right? But otherwise, they are just not frequent top 5 pick flyers. Now, I still I still like this trade back. You're picking at 36. You have a first next year. But this trade, forget the day 3 picks. It's going to come down to who has a better career. Travis Hunter or Mason Graham, whatever you do in the first round next year, and pick 36, which I expect them to probably trade pick 36, by the way, and maybe a move up to get a quarterback. But anywho, I don't love the pick. Let me give some background on Mason Graham. He was a 2-year starter for Michigan. He's 6'3", 306 pounds. So here's like the short and sweet breakdown of him, and everything consolidated to an 8 to 10 minute bite-size format here. Last year for the Wolverines, 45 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. Browns fans are going to have to get used to cheering for this guy because, let's just say he didn't make a ton of friends in Columbus last time he was there. But he's not this pass rush phenom. Let's get that straight here. I do think he's got some good pass rush skills and moves and flashes. What you're getting here is someone that just can completely control the line of scrimmage, right? Someone who is going to get offensive linemen on their heels. Someone who is going to put themselves in positions to redirect running backs, to just completely blow up plays. He is not someone who is going to generate a ton of pressure and get 8 to 10 sacks from the interior. That's not what you're finding in Mason Graham. But when it comes to the, not player itself, but the overall fit, I feel like Andrew Berry was forever scarred from the Joe Woods lack of run stopping, and he is just over-investing on the interior defensive line. You went Mike Hall with your first pick in the draft last year. You signed a $20+ million free agent defensive tackle. How much more needs to be invested to a non-cornerstone position? That's where I'm really struggling to see eye to eye with this one. I don't think Graham is necessarily a bad player, but I don't think he is someone that is going to kind of transcend this team a little bit. And I felt that Genty could do a better job of that. So while I think Graham is going to have a strong, long NFL career, and there's nothing wrong with that, and it's why I'm not like, hey, fire everyone. This team is a joke. This franchise is a joke. I'm not at that level. I'm not close to that level. I'm not excited. Now, I wish I was going to be excited, because then you'd be excited. But make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to get to 44,000 subscribers before the night is over. Do me a big favor. Scroll on down. Click that sub button if you have not already. All right, let's get more info on Graham and less about my opinion on Graham. So here's what Dane Brugler does a great job with the Beast leading up to the draft set. Graham is a leverage monster and skillfully destroys blocks with his strength, quickness, motor, and play recognition to make an impact versus both pass and run. He projects as a versatile interior presence with the floor of an NFL starter. He's played around the defensive line, as Tom Downey, our NFL draft expert at Chat Sports, points out. But for being a top 5 pick, I feel like there are one too many questions, right? From a physical standpoint, from a trait standpoint, he's not like the most athletic big man we've ever seen in the draft. You know what I mean? He's not some freak of nature who's way too big to move that quickly. He's got some length concerns, which might sound a little nitty-gritty, but man, a length, an inch in arms, the difference between you getting your hands on the offensive tackle and him getting his hands on you and controlling where you go. So those are, flags where usually those guys don't go in top 5 drafts. Now, this is not a draft class that is filled with star-studded talent. I would have preferred Genty, a safer route at pick 5, who I believe is going to be a superstar running back. But the Browns played it, I wouldn't say safe, but they went with someone who they think is a little bit more impactful. Not even impactful, but someone that they can't find later in the draft where they may feel they can get a very good running back in day 2. So Browns fans, get ready to cheer for someone from the team up north. Before we move on to the rest of our breakdown of this selection, quick shout out to our new sponsor, which is House of Atlas. After trying to get some facial hair going, I knew that I would never really grow a nice beard. So before the draft, I came in clean shaven thanks to House of Atlas, our new sponsor. They gave us some of their new razors to try out, and it's honestly the nicest looking razor I've ever owned. I started using that as my primary razor, and then shifted my primary razor to my travel razor. First of all, this Atlas razor looks sick. It has a sleek design, it's easy to hold and maneuver with a nice weight to it. I really enjoy it. It's the best looking razor I've ever seen. And now for a limited time, they're offering 15% off your first order when you purchase any razor kit and the before and after set, which includes the Precision Shave Cream and Calming Aftershave. Use code CHAT at houseofatlas.com. That's HOUSEOFATLAS.com with promo code CHAT for 15% off your new razor kit and before and after set. Stop wasting your time and money on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Visit houseofatlas.com today. Trust me, you'll love it as much as I did. I put all that information in the comments and description of today's video. Let's talk more about Mason Graham. We can throw some of his stats on screen as well. It's just, in some ways it's a little fun because this is, Ashton Jensen to the Raiders, by the way, as we film this live. Bad news for Todd McShay. He said no way that was happening. So Jensen to Las Vegas. But Mason Graham. So let's go through the pros, right? Let's be optimistic, Matthew. Here's what Dane Brugler points out about him, right? He's got good build. He can get low. He can win leverage. Fundamentally and technically, he is as sound as they come. I think he is going to step right in next to Malik Collins and make Shelby Harris a rotational player who's in his mid-30s at this point. Mike Hall, I guess his time is done. You took him 52nd overall last year, and now he's DT4 already behind Collins, Graham, and Harris. Maybe it's the knee injury he suffered or just a complete acceptance of a bad second-round pick last year, which I wasn't super jazzed up about that pick last year. So more positives on Graham. He doesn't miss a lot of tackles. He's not someone that is going to put himself in a bad position and become a liability on defense. He's probably someone that Jim Schwartz is just not going to have to worry about, right? He's someone that he knows that is going to be in the right position at the right time. He's got, average to above average size. He's got some good athleticism as well. The cons are he doesn't have the desired length, which we talked about earlier. There's a little bit of, as Brugler points out, some sloppy weight on his frame. I'm not fat shaming here, but just something to watch for right there. But let me know what you think of the pick here. Give me a grade. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to give it a C+. It's going to be tough to get this fan base to calm down after spoon-feeding them. Andrew, Barry, just don't talk about Travis Hunter that way if you're looking to trade back. You got everyone excited for Hunter. And let's be honest, it's going to be a bit of a gut punch going from the unicorn do-it-all man to a defensive tackle who's not going to fill up the stat sheet. That's not something that the fans are going to like. And that's okay. Your job is to do what's best for the team. But then just get ahead of it by not getting everyone pumped up for Travis Hunter, by talking about how Travis Hunter is this, rare phenom and we love everything he can do. Just keep it to a minimum. But here we are talking about Mason Graham, who very few people really discussed, I feel like, going into the draft for Cleveland. I mean, it always felt like it was Travis Hunter. Well, first it was like Shedeur, then Abdul Carter, then Travis. And now we got a trade, the first one of the NFL draft. So let's revisit the trade one more time, and then we'll, sign off for this video breakdown of it. But we'll still be live on the channel for the rest of round one. So the Browns and the Jags orchestrate a trade in which Jacksonville moves up to number 2, selects Travis Hunter. They get some day 3 draft pick compensation, but the meat and potatoes of it, the Browns get number 5 and select Mason Graham. Pick 36, I feel like they're going to use that pick to trade to get a quarterback. They don't want to trade 33 to get a quarterback, but they'll trade 36 to move up and get a quarterback. And then a future first-round draft pick. This trade is going to hinge on that future first. If they use that first to help get a quarterback next year, it's going to be kind of water under the bridge. If it's Mason Graham, Greg Newsome, and JOK level of players, right? That's 2 firsts and a second instead of Travis Hunter. I don't know if Browns fans will ever recover from that. And Genty went right after Cleveland to the Raiders at 6. That's going to do it for us on this video breakdown of it. Really appreciate everyone for tuning in. Come hang out with our live show right now. So if you want better coverage than the commercial breaks over at ESPN, hang out with us here for pick-by-pick analysis and giveaways as well.